This is day 2 at the range, inviting anybody who wants to come out, bench, prone, whatever, to try to shoot a 5-shot group under 1 MOA with a factory hunting rifle. And so far, nobody's been able to do it, even though we've had some very talented shooters come. Maybe 1.59, right in there. You think you got it?
Yeah.
Let's go see.
To a degree.
5.34 inches. Oh, well, 2 right here. And then others off the page.
Not very good. It's definitely not MOA.
Oh!
Your money is safe.
Do it. 1.53. Pretty darn close. All right, my own son, Ruger's taking this challenge. 1.33. So close. But there's a dissonance here because I surveyed you guys and I said, what do you consider normal accuracy for a hunting rifle? And 74% of you said 1 MOA. I might have thought the same thing, except as I've tested a lot of hunting rifles, I found that most of them are capable of doing that every once in a while, but it's rare to find one that can consistently shoot 1 MOA. So why is there that dissonance between our expectations and reality? I think it's because of the 1 MOA accuracy guarantees, and in this video, I want to show you why it's basically just a hoax. Let's jump to the computer and see why. Let's look in the fine print of a lot of these warranties. Now, I really don't want to throw any shade at any company, but I want to make a point of what you should expect as the consumer, because the gun companies have led us all to believe that an average factory hunting rifle today is shooting 1 MOA. And I think as we look into it, you'll agree that that's actually not true at all. Here's our first example. So you have a gun, let's say you're not happy with the accuracy of that gun. You send it in. What the fine print says, if Fierce personnel is able to successfully achieve the 3-shot accuracy grouping, you will be charged $200. Labor and ammo, plus you'll be responsible for the shipping fee when the rifle is returned. Whoa! So you're going to get fined big time if you're wrong about the accuracy. But again, the only standard that they've actually told us here is able to achieve the 3-shot group, the meaning singular, right? And so if one time you happen to get those bullets to land together, which statistically, if you shoot enough groups, they will, you get a big fine. Whoa, what a warranty here. For example, I saw this from Springfield this week on their Springfield Life channel. Again, great channel, and they're talking about the Springfield 2020 Waypoint, a gun that I really like. But let's see what they said about their .75 MOA guarantee and if this particular gun met it.
Yep, that's Springfield's guarantee. Easy .6 MOA group. My subsequent groups were all around 1 MOA or less. But even at my worst, this rifle is shooting 1 MOA or better, and that's perfect for hunting.
So listen carefully to what they said. One single group of 3 shots happened to land under .75 MOA, so they say pass the standard. But all of the subsequent groups were around 1 inch. And so most consumers wouldn't be happy with that. They thought they could achieve .75. But statistically, it probably wouldn't do that on average, at least in this example that they gave us. Another reason that I might even break out the word hoax here is there are some major exclusions in some of these that most hunters probably aren't aware of. For example, this warranty says they ignore the cold bore shot when testing accuracy. So what that means is when you shoot a rifle the first time of the day, it's cold, it's just room temperature, whatever you shoot it, that first shot is difficult to shoot accurately. The subsequent shots, you know, you shoot one shot 5-10 seconds later, the gun's warmed up and they're much more likely to group together. But there's usually a shift between the cold bore shot and the group afterward. They ignore the cold bore shot. Now that's big information for hunters, right? Because we care so much about that first shot on the deer. And so we might say, oh, my gun's capable of 1 MOA, except not the cold bore shot, and that's the one you actually care about. Or you look at this warranty, and this one says that they exclude some of the cartridges from their accuracy guarantee. They're only guaranteeing some of these cartridges at a smaller grouping. You look into some of the others, I couldn't find any details of what the accuracy guarantee actually is. They say match ammunition, but they don't say if it's a 3-shot group, 5-shot group. Is it the average of the groups? Is it just if it achieves it one time? I'm editing this video and I want to make sure that I'm being fair, because I understand it's tough for them to offer a guarantee and then somebody sends back a gun that's actually doing fine, but the issue was the shooter themselves. What I do is I have a giant Excel sheet, and when I shoot groups testing dozens of different hunting rifles, I write every group down with different ammo over the course of a couple years. And so I did something interesting for this video. I just went in that Excel sheet, selected all those cells from all those groups, and I just did the average. The average 5-shot group, all ammo, all rifles that I've ever tested, the average 5-shot group is 1.82 inches. That's really normal for a hunting rifle. So when I did that survey on Backfire the other day, and I asked, what's normal accuracy for a hunting rifle? Really the big average that I've seen is 1.82 inches. And keep in mind that that's a best case scenario, because I'm testing with match grade ammunition. I have all kinds of different options for sandbags, bipods, bald eagle rest, everything to make sure everything is super stable. I shoot thousands of shots a year, and I'm only going out on the best days where the conditions are best to do my testing. And still, 1.82 inches is the average group size that I'm seeing. So for hunters, this is where the rubber really meets the road. Let's say you buy a new factory rifle. It says sub-MOA guarantee. You shoot and some of your groups get under there and you say, got it. But you didn't really pay attention to the average. You think we can shoot a 1-inch group at 100 yards. And so when you see that enormous buck stand out at 800 yards, you say, well, I can shoot 1 inch at 100 yards, so that would be 8 inches at 800 yards. That's great, that's smaller than the vitals, I'm taking the shot. But what you maybe didn't realize is that wasn't the average. On average, maybe it's more like 1.8 inches. And so we're near 2 MOA. That 8-inch group is actually a 16-inch group of just the dispersion, just the variability that your gun and ammo could produce. Suddenly, that's a very unethical shot, and we haven't even considered in the fact that none of us are perfect shooters. We're going to be off a little bit. None of us are perfect at calling the wind. We're going to be off a little bit there. And that's how you see a hunter that completely misses the entire elk on a shot like that, and they say, how did it happen? I have a 1 MOA gun. Well, that's how it happens. Maybe it wasn't a 1 MOA gun to start with, and we have a lot of other factors. So that's why I feel so passionate about this, but there's some cool information that I saw on the Hornady podcast the other day.
So shooting 3-shot groups, because that's common, right? Yeah. What we're saying, the 3-shot group is going to vary by 60 to 70% from the average. So what that would mean, if we had a rifle and we shot a whole bunch of 3-shot groups, let's say we shot 10 of them, that the minimum expected group size there that you would see out of those 10 that you shot would be a 0.3-inch group. Your hunting rifle shot a 1/4-minute group. At the same time, it shoots a 1.7-inch group.
Same rifle.
Same exact thing.
I definitely don't want to give the impression that it's impossible to find a sub-MOA hunting rifle. That's not the case at all. There are a lot of them. In fact, I think I have a few in the gun vault. We're going to break out one of those and give this challenge a whirl at the end of this video. Because not only is it possible to have a sub-MOA hunting rifle, they're also half-minute hunting rifles. They're rare, they're hard to find, but it does happen that 5-shot groups, on average, that a gun can shoot half-minute. A 1/4-minute, really just competition rifles. I don't know that I've ever seen a hunting rifle that's a 1/4-minute rifle. But I hear people all the time constantly say, my rifle's sub-MOA all day long. I don't know that I've seen that either. I don't know that I've ever seen a rifle that, if we were to shoot 5-shot groups and you really just gave me a whole day and I was shooting my best, you're telling me I can't print a group over 1 inch? I don't know about that either. Every gun has some variability to that dispersion, and I don't know that any hunting rifle could guarantee all day long shooting groups you're never going to go over 1 inch if you're doing your job. I don't know about that either. For Backfire, and really, we've got to do something industry-wide. I mean, really, it's like if you were shopping for a car and everybody lists the miles per gallon that your car is going to get, but every car company had a different definition of what 1 mile is. it wouldn't mean anything, right? And so when we get one company that just says if we can achieve a single 3-shot group, that's the accuracy. The average of 5-shot groups, the 3-shot, whatever, they're all different. Ignore the cold bore. They're all different, and so it's meaningless when somebody says, I can shoot 1 MOA all day long, because there's really no barometer. So these are the 3 standards that I'm looking at for Backfire. The reason that I'm picking those as the accuracy standard for Backfire is it's enough shots that I think we can get a decent picture that's statistically significant about how that gun is shooting. However, it'd be great if we did a 100-shot group, right? More data, that would be helpful. Except the gun heats up, it's gonna get dirty in that time. Shooter fatigue, shooting 100 shots is hard to be accurate. The ammo cost would be way insane. And so at some point, we've got to draw a line between better data and just practicality of testing this. And I'm gonna say that's around 15 shots to test most loads. Now, would we be able to test tiny variations in that? No. But we could test generally, get an idea of what category of accuracy this gun fits in. So please vote in the comments. I'm just gonna kind of go with what the majority says, and I'm just gonna go with that for the future of the channel. All right, I'm gonna run out to the range and give this thing a whirl, see how we do. Gun's cold, have not shot it today, see what we can do. Oh, I got my witnesses here, they wouldn't lie. What happened?
I forget that it scares me.
We're doing okay so far. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. I don't think it's quite an inch. Well, not an inch, 1 MOA. We got 1.047 and we might need all 4.7. Zero these suckers out. Come on, baby. We did it! Barely under.